Hey there, YouTube friends, and welcome to PlanCo Spotlights. I am your host today, Masked Bandit.
And I am Mike.
Then I have my bro with me, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, how you doing?
Hi, I'm great. We're here in Sunset Beach. We have a park today. This is Sunset Beach by Timoket, or Timoket. I suck at names, so apologies if I butchered it. And this is a cute little park.
It's kind of a park. He calls it a scenario. He calls it like an other. It doesn't quite fit in because he hasn't set it up as a park.
Yeah, it's a scenario that I think you win as soon as you load the park.
It's the easiest scenario.
If you can load the park, you win! That's what it feels like. So,
yeah.
Loving this custom sign right when you walk in. Behind me is the parking lot, and we'll show that in a minute. And it's a really neat little interaction here with the road and the parking lot and all that. But we're going to walk through the park a little bit first, so just to kind of get a vibe. Woo! I thought at first that this entrance was really too short. It is not at all. It is perfect. It feels really small, but if you put a little person there, it will indeed clear. So. I think the taller PlanCo people might be able to touch the roof, but that doesn't bother me.
That's fine. They're
fine. I dig. So as we go in here, you'll see bright colors seem to be the name of the game here. We have some real simple facade work, or real simple building work, which I like. I think it does its job. Clearly, this park is not of the ilk of Disney or Universal or something like that. It's a simple seaside beach park, right?
I was going to say that the materials used, I feel like they could be mixed up a little bit in the same building so that it doesn't quite seem so oppressive with color.
I see. And I don't know when he built this, but it might be worth going back in if he has Spooky and replacing some of this clapboard with the Spooky clapboard. That would give you, and especially with a beach side, that would help you get a bit more distressed look. Maybe to some of these buildings, some of the older ones, if that's kind of your jam. But I'm impressed with how he's able to fit the in-game signs with the buildings. That's pretty good, especially because, again, we're all about scale, the Bro Coaster boys. And so to see him scaled so well and yet still use those signs, which are generally quite large. So as I turn around and look at the red seating area here, that's what I'm going to call it, I love what he's doing with the terrain. And we'll make our way up there eventually, up towards that taco truck. That's really cool. I can't wait to get...
I want some tacos.
Yeah, I want some tacos too. We have a few Midway games over here. We've got the... What's this guy? We've got... Oh, okay. We've got an archer actually used as an archer, not just for scale anymore.
I dig the little horse race with the fishies.
Yeah, that's smart. I like that a lot. That's very cool. Good job. Oh, we've got a staff gate here that leads into a really nice... I'm going to head backstage for a second. A really nice backstage area, complete with security gate. I'm going to get a better view of that. Security gate, and we've got some golf carts. I wonder, are those... No, those look like... Those are some nice golf carts. Now,
they
are his? Are those his?
Those are some tiny-ass tires. I mean, tiny blue tires.
They are. Look at that. That's nice. Good job.
Yeah.
That's pretty well done. And I like this backstage area. Simple, to the point, some clutter about, some trucks about, stuff you'd plan to see. I like the sightline here of the Ferris wheel as we're walking through this plaza. I think that's a really well done little kind of central focus point here. And I'm loving the foliage in the planters and along the sides.
Yeah, most of the rides are really well set up so that you can kind of orient yourself.
So there's a little cutout kind of pathway here, and you can look down, and you'll see a bit of a splashdown. This first drop, which is no joke on this flume here. You'll get a nice view of the boat coming down. Oh, here comes one right now. Ooh. And I think you might get a little wet there. Pretty cool. So one thing that I would like to, a bit of advice is these rides don't have any names and there's no signage anywhere. So you just kind of got to guess. I'd really like to see at least an in-game billboard telling me what the name of the ride I'm about to queue for is. So
yeah, and there's also small enough billboards that you can do signposts throughout the park too to help orient. Because if you go to parks like we do in Planet Coaster, not real, but we like to look from the eyes of a peep so that we can see if the design is working, if I'm getting to where I want to go.
Right.
And signposts would help with that, like, immensely.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't a huge park, so it's pretty obvious. I'm in an area surrounded by flume. This queue is probably for the flume.
Right.
But, yeah, and if we walk through the queue ever so, I'm going to blow through all these peeps. We get this nice little cave here to walk through with some roots poking out. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get our cattle pen that we're going to blow through. Up into the ride. Should we ride it?
We're VIP, all right.
So we are on our little rapids ride, our nameless our rapids ride.
You almost said we're on a log flume.
We are on log flume.
No, shut up.
We are on our nameless log flume, and I just want to let you know that the biggest drop on this log flume is 107 feet, and it's not this first drop.
that's
so
a
just
drop.
a heads up. Oh, okay, there's some rocks in the track. Would like to see that.
Yeah, we're kind of sticklers on collision.
Yeah, and we kind of are. Now watch, we're going to find a whole bunch of No Name Landia.
No, we won't.
And then, no. But nice little,
Yeah, there's a lovely interaction here at the beginning of the ride, and then it just decides, like, nope, no more budget, going up, don't care.
That's true. We've got this nice terraforming and this nice little... I love this sunken part here as we go underneath the path with all the ropes and stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's really well done. So we've climbed to the tip top here, and it's pretty stark.
Yeah. I can hear the wind blowing.
It's pretty scary up here.
I
don't think I've ever been on a log flume that's over 100 feet before.
I don't believe so either. I'm trying to think of how tall Perilous Plunge was at Knott's, and that wasn't really a log flume. That was just a splash ride, and that was pretty tall.
What was the one at was it Holiday World?
That was
one,
Pilgrim's Plunge.
Yeah, and that got defunct. Anyway, we're about to go down the big old drop. Here we go.
Name dropping.
Here we go. Woo! Oh my God, that's so big! Oh, that's a huge splash. Okay, now you know that's big because the momentum dies pretty quickly on these rides, and it pushes you almost all the way back to the lift.
Yeah.
That's legit. But I love here, I'm at the end of the plaza actually by the Cosmic Cow and the Chief Beef, the red and green. Yeah. Right by this Intamin, and you get some really nice views of this.
You do.
I love this. Look at that.
The vista points in this park are really, really well done.
Yeah, I agree. That's one of the strong points of this park for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. I think we should ride the Intamin.
All right.
Here's a good view of that. What's the tilt-a-whirl called?
Hurl and Whirl.
I don't know. But look at that. We're ragging on him. Let's look at something that's really, really well done. I love the cover for this ride.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Very nice. I got a good view of it here. I love that also there's these continuity of materials.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of white outlines and stuff like that. I think that's really, really smart and helps tie the whole park together. Okay, now to be fair, there is a billboard here above the entrance to this ride, to the Intamin. I'm going to assume there's a name and a billboard and a wait time sign and all that just isn't available. Up the lift. So we're on this Intamin Hyper-ish coaster, heading up the lift. And we've ridden it before. I think the pacing's good, but I think you'll see yourself when we crest here. So I like our first drop. I like that it's a woo.
Woo.
Woo. We got a woo in our vids.
Yeah.
I feel this first hill's a little slow.
Yeah. I get you. Because Intamin, typically, they want to keep speed and forces. They're not like B&M. They want some bite to their coasters.
Yeah, that felt very Raging Bullish.
Mm-hmm.
I should call it Raging Stag, am I right?
Ba-dum-chink.
Raging Steer. There we go. Joke was lost.
I feel like you should put like a audience clapping sound effect in there.
So that's the ride. Real short little ride, but nice.
Yeah,
again,
good layout.
It's clear that this park feels real budget conscious, which tugs at our heartstrings, I think. So cool. All right, so we are continuing down our path here. This is turning into a little bro trip. I went the wrong way.
It is. Let's go to the food truck next.
Yeah, so we're going to go up the hill here to the food truck that is pretty cool. So, and I have to say, one thing I see a lot of people struggle with is the angle of climbing. The what's that called? The
slope?
Like how steep? Yeah, there you go, the slope. I think this is about as much as you could provide, but I don't think it's outrageous.
It's not outrageous, but it still would kind of wear you out a little bit, especially this.
Well, I'm telling you,
hump getting up there.
Dude, I tell you, last summer we went to the Omaha Zoo. Oh my God, there are some climbs and some descents in that zoo. So it's not.
Have you seen Samurai Summit in Six Flags Magic Mountain?
No.
That is a cruel hike to the top of to get to like Superman and Ninja and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I am digging the covered patio, the covered picnic area here with the benches, overlooking where we just came from.
I do like that a lot.
Really, yeah, I like that. I'm gonna get rid of the interface here. It makes it look swankier. So I always forget to do that. And where's our taco truck? Let's climb up. Oh, okay, the climb. Yeah, you're right. The climb up to the taco truck's a little intense.
Yeah.
Yeah, but look at that taco truck.
I love it.
Look at that. He's gotten
churros are $8.
Ooh, this really is a theme park. Holy crap.
Good Lord.
You can get tacos or you can get XL tacos. Why would you ever order anything other than an XL taco?
I don't know.
I mean, they give you the option.
Tamale.
That's like extra strength or regular strength taco. Why would you ever take regular?
Well, if XL isn't a flour tortilla, then it's not really a taco anymore.
If it is a flour?
Yeah, because it's got to be in a corn tortilla.
Oh, baloney. I appreciate both varieties. I'm well-rounded and cultured.
He used skeleton's feet as the napkins. That's freaking awesome.
Oh, that's brilliant. That's what that is?
Yeah.
Very good. I will say it's big, but it has to be to hide the stall. We had the same trouble with ours in No Name Landia. We had the same problem. It's huge.
Yeah, this one looks a lot better than your first roach, Coach. Holy crap.
Yeah, I know. It is. So now we're going to cross this bridge and check out the road. We actually have to cross the road.
I'm getting serious like Universal Hollywood vibes right here.
Oh, yeah. I've been there. There. Absolutely. Actually, it's like this in Orlando, too. You park in the parking garage, then you take like the skywalk into the city walk. Yeah, same vibe. Like you get a little bit of, oh yeah, wait, we aren't. This is just real, you know. I like that. And then this sun here, this giant sun on the patio, on the plaza here. I like that.
Yeah.
Too.
And when we get to this side of the park, it feels like while there were budget constraints on the first side of the park, there are really budget constraints on this side of the park.
Oh, like we missed the... dive coaster's down here, isn't it?
This looks awesome, but it feels like at some point they wanted to have like a wraparound pergola or something. And like, yeah, we can't afford it.
Yeah, it did feel... Yeah. Yeah, there's no shade here. This is a hurry up and GTFO area. I mean, you get some nice views of the water and the beach and stuff, and maybe that's... Oh, look at these. Are these all vista points?
These are all vista points.
Okay, so I get it. You're here for the scenery, but... Whoo. Oh, look, there's a guy taking a picture. He swiped on his phone. I've never actually witnessed that.
I've never seen the animation either. Yeah, I see a lot of people like are trying to get to the vista point right now. I like how we get down the ramp, and there we are with a nice marquee of the park again, Sunset Beach.
I gotta get there. Oh, yeah, the Helion Ring? Is that what that's called? Why do I know that flat ride?
I don't know why you know that flat ride. It's also called a Larson Looper in real life.
Yes. It's a coaster now, apparently, according to Six Flags, but we're not going to go there. I think the theming.
We just did.
I think we did. That's the kind of theming of flat rides that I really enjoy. Really simple and would help aid in marketing. That seems to make a lot of sense to me. Let's go to the...
Yeah, something I was going to hit on is that when you cover up your moving flat rides, it kind of ruins it. Like, what's cool about a flat ride is that it is moving. It is giving this area a sense of energy. So when I see people like cover it up in a ride skin, it could be clever, but it doesn't really help in a park setting because it's that movement that gets you excited.
Yeah, it draws you in. Why do every time we visit a park is it on fire? So we're at the top of the lift of the dive coaster, and my God, this thing crawls. I've never been on a dive coaster, but everything I've watched of POVs of these online, yeah, they crawl this slow.
And
now we're going to hang over the edge.
Whee. Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
And go.
I got hit by a support.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, you must be on a different seat than me.
I'm on the furthest on the right.
No, I'm on the left, so I survived. You're dead, but I'm fine.
I'm dead. Yes, he did.
But he did, like the horses. But solid layout, support to the head notwithstanding. No, for real. Like, people try to do too much with these layouts. These are usually pretty simple layouts. Even Baron 1898, is that what it's called? Please tell me that's what it's called.
Maybe.
Even Baron is not that fancy of a layout. I think these are just too awkward sized of cars. So that's a solid ride. I like that. I like that ride. I think that's solid.
It was well done. Well done, chap.
Yes, well done, chap. Yes, indubitably.
And, yeah, the last point that I wanted to make was this palm tree line.
Oh, yeah, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead. Talk about your palm tree line here.
The palm tree line of infinity, if you start from one point and look towards the end, you will see to infinity.
Oh, along the fence here?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So, easy ways to get around that. Rotate randomly and just kind of lower and raise as necessary so that it doesn't look like the same
tree. Yeah, this feels like step one of a simple 3-step process. Place them, use advanced move to place them, like I'm going to assume you did here, and then just randomly pick a couple and rotate them. And then randomly pick a couple more and sink them, randomly a couple more and raise them. And then and that takes an extra 30 seconds, 45 seconds, and it'll make a world of difference. It really will. So we're going to hop out of Tegid Camp because we've been in that the whole time, and we're going to take a whole view of the park now. And you'll see what we're talking about with the budget kind of friendly constraints planning. You can see this road that just... Well, the road's very cool, but it also doesn't make any sense. Like,
yeah, you're going to be mowing down a lot of peeps to get to the park.
Yeah, this is going to cause some heavy traffic here. Actually, like a raised pedestrian bridge would be much better, or a little tunnel. At Six Flags over Texas, you actually have to go underneath, I think it's like... the road to the parking lot. You have to go underneath it to get to one of the old coasters back when the park was all connected. So it exists in real life, so that might be something you could consider.
Well, I know Knott's, I mean, when you drive into Knott's, you're driving off of a main road, you're going past, like, their little shop area, and they do have crosswalks for people. But they also have attendants, they've got signals, they've got all these things, and you're slowing it down to like 20, 15, 10 miles an hour.
Yeah, to be fair, we don't know if this road is a road specifically built by the park for the park, or if this is supposed to be some just main thoroughfare.
But it's the only way to actually get to the park. So I would assume that it's very busy.
Yeah, true. But I love, the positive here is this road created some really cool aspects. It created the bridge. It created the whole height, because I mean he had to build up to that height to get across, and that created all these terrain shifts, and it created this really dynamic, interesting layout. That's, I think, awesome and one of the highlights of this park.
Yeah, and I would say that building on terrain, or at least building in a sort of slopey way, is hard, but it's very rewarding. Because anybody can build a flat park.
I think we've been a little critical of this one more so than our last ones. One, because we're a little more comfortable with it, and two, there's so much really good with this park that for us, people who are sticklers in realism and functionality, it's not so much real, it's functionality. Is this here to function correctly? That there's so much good here that the stuff that kind of misses the mark, it feels like it misses the mark harder than it does, if that makes sense.
Yeah, anytime you get close to something and something doesn't quite make it, the contrast is pretty great.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's why, if you felt like we were a little more critical of this park than some of the other spotlights we've done, I think that's why, because our first thoughts were, wow, this is incredible. This is, like, for the first 10 minutes, we were both just ooh and ah, but then we went into, detail mode, and we went into, okay, what can we pick apart? Because that's kind of how we want to run these. At least we do. And if you made it this far to be spotlighted, it's because this is quality work.
Yeah.
And we just want to tell you how you can make it even better. So everything we say is through love.
Yeah, and we're not trying to convert all these parks into, what we see as the ideal of a park. We see in this park that there was functionality that was thought of, that there was budget that was thought of, that there were restrictions made so that this park could look like he wanted. So knowing that, we try to use a little objective criticism and see where things were strong and see where things were not.
But overall, fantastic park. I like it a lot.
Really cool park.
Love it. Yeah, very nice. So for PlanCo Spotlights, just a reminder that all proceeds to PlanCo Spotlights go to special effect, helping the people with disabilities connect through gaming, and it's a great cause. So that's where all of the proceeds to this channel go. And this has been Sunset Beach by Timoket. And this has been Masked Bandit, your host, and I was joined, as usual, with my bro, by my bro, Mike.
Yeah, it's me.
Yay! So if you want to download this park, check out the link in the description below. Give it a thumbs up and be sure to comment on it. It would mean a lot, I bet, to Timoket if you did that. And I know that's what I'm going to do as soon as we're done here. So have a great night, great day, great whatever, and we'll see you for the next PlanCo Spotlights. Bye-bye.
See ya.